They laughed at her scars. Then a veteran stood up. The laughter was sharp, cruel, and unmistakably aimed at her. Lena kept her head down, fingers tightening around the coffee pot as the group of college kids at table 9 snickered, their eyes flicking to the jagged scar running across her wrist. One of them mimed slitting his own throat, and his friends burst into fresh giggles. Her breath hitched just for a second before she forced herself to keep moving. Then, from the corner of the diner, a chair scraped back hard. She didn't know it yet, but in 30 seconds, her life would change. Because the man who stood up wasn't just any customer. He was a decorated veteran, and he wasn't going to let this slide. Lena had worked at Harvey's Diner for 2 years, serving coffee and pancakes to regulars who barely noticed her. The scar on her wrist, a relic from a past she refused to talk about. The service ribbons pinned to her vest, a silent tribute to a brother who never came home. She was used to the stares, the whispers, the way people either looked at her scars or passed her like she was invisible. But today was different. The laughter cut through the diner like a knife. Lena clenched her jaw, pouring coffee with steady hands, refusing to react. But then,
"You got a problem, son?"
The voice was low, dangerous. Every head turned. At the corner booth, an older man in an army uniform stood, his steely gaze locked on the laughing college kids. The name on his patch read Colonel Briggs, but the soldiers at his table called him Sir.
"What, you her bodyguard or something?"
"No, but I know what that scar means, and I know she earned it the same way I earned mine."
You laughing at her scars means you're laughing at mine too.
One by one, every veteran in the diner rose to their feet. Lena's breath caught. She had spent years hiding, swallowing the shame, letting the world treat her like she was broken. But these men, these soldiers, saw her, really saw her, and they weren't going to let her stand alone. The college kid paled, glancing around at the sea of hardened faces.
"Look, man, I didn't mean, you think scars are funny?"
Colonel Briggs's voice was ice.
"Then let me tell you what hers means."
Lena's pulse roared in her ears. No one knew. No one could know. But the colonel wasn't stopping. Another college kid scoffed, crossing his arms.
"Yeah? And what's her story? Is she a war hero or something?"
Colonel Briggs's jaw tightened.
"That scar?" He nodded toward Lena's wrist. "That's from barbed wire. Cartel territory. She tore through it, dragging a wounded Marine to cover while their patrol got lit up."
A stunned silence fell over the diner. Lena's breath caught, not in shame, but in defiance. She hadn't spoken about that night in years, hadn't wanted the pity, the whispers. But now she straightened her shoulders and met the kid's widening eyes.
"His name was Corporal Ryan Ortega," she said, voice steady, "and I'd do it again."
The college kid's smirk vanished. The veterans didn't cheer, didn't clap. They just nodded once, in silent respect, because they understood. Lena turned back to the coffee pot, but this time she didn't hide her wrist. Colonel Briggs caught her eye.
"You ever think about re-enlisting?"
She smirked, pouring his refill.
"Who says I'm out?"
And for the first time in a long time, she let herself wear her scars with pride. Because they weren't marks of weakness. They were proof she'd fought and survived. If this story touched you, hit that like button and drop a karma in the comments below.